Hey everyone, I'm Rachel, and this is an open letter to Conservative Industry Minister Tony Clement, as well as any political leaders that haven't already heard about usage-based billing. Dear Mr. Tony Clement, I hope that this message finds you well. I would like to bring to your attention an issue that is dear to my heart and that will affect each and every Canadian starting in just a few short weeks. I recently learned that the CRTC has passed usage-based billing for internet service providers, which I first understood to mean that the major ISPs would now be able to charge consumers for exceeding their maximum allotment of bandwidth each month. As I read more about this issue, however, I realized that the impacts of this ruling are significantly more dramatic and wide-sweeping than I had originally imagined. I'm sure that you are aware at this point that the new, smaller bandwidth limits being imposed are seemingly arbitrary and are different depending on which province a user lives in. In Ontario, for example, there is a new 25 gigabyte limit on monthly use. In Quebec, a $2.50 levy will be charged for every gigabyte used over the limit. I hope that you will appreciate the kind of barrier that this presents for development of new ideas. As people find new and more interesting ways to take advantage of the interactive capabilities of the Internet, bandwidth usage will continue to grow. While it costs major ISPs around a penny to stream 1 gigabyte of data, they will begin to charge $1 to $4 for each gigabyte over the limits set. Capping Internet consumption and limiting use by a socioeconomic level will discourage online growth, and Canadian tech innovation will suffer. While some countries around the world are beginning to include Internet access in their constitutions as an inalienable human right, Canada is taking a big step backwards by prioritizing telecom companies, which are already some of the most profitable in the world, over an online environment which is open, accessible, and a hub of learning and cultural collaboration. Beyond the relatively straightforward issue of access to information, I'd also like to speak to the ideological issues which I believe may be overlooked by the older generations. As a person who has grown up on the Internet, it is in some ways a home, an abstract place where every individual has equal rights and power to express themselves, to find information and truth, and to learn and better themselves regardless of gender, ethnicity, and most importantly, socioeconomic status. The Internet represents a world where values that we hold to as Canadians are manifest in a wide variety of ways. I would be personally crushed to see this world change for the worse, and enormously disappointed in my country. Please understand, Canadian youth who come of age are being pulled in many directions by countries who are more populous and offer more interesting jobs than are available here. Our country is very susceptible to the effects of brain drain, and a cap on the Internet use like the one outlined by these new regulations is yet one more reason to move somewhere else for individuals and for innovative companies. I'm proud of my country and would like to work here in the future, but the industry that I belong to is heavily Internet dependent. I don't want to choose between being employed and being Canadian. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. Please feel free to contact me at this email address. Sincerely, Rachel Alan Simpson. So that's my open letter. If anything I've said has struck a chord with you, please feel free to add your voice to the debate or to sign the petition at stopthemeter.ca. Thanks.